So in the block above, I had asked you to run the code to see how many cases the average U.S. county had on August 30th. And for this block, what I'm asking you to do is to answer this question. How many deaths did the average U.S. county have from COVID on August 30th? And I've asked you to do a couple things here. I've created a code block for you, but I've asked you to write out the function that you need to answer this question in its entirety. Then write the code to display that code, the answer below the code block, and then answer the question. So we're going to walk through this together. So hopefully you got the right answer, but if not, just go ahead and follow along and edit the code as necessary. So the object that I asked you to create was U.S. county average COVID deaths. This name can be anything, remember, when we're creating objects or data frames. It's just that it often, I think, makes the most sense to call them something that is descriptive of what you're actually doing. So that's the object we're creating. And I'm using the less than sign and the dash for the assignment. So everything on the right side is what we're assigning to that data frame. Then I'm going to start with my raw data, which is COVID county. Then I'm using the tidyverse pipe to say, and then summarize. And we need to create a new column name in this new table we're creating that's going to contain the information that answers the question. So I'm going to give this a name that makes sense. So something like deaths in average county. And I'm going to set that equal to the thing that I want to put in here. In this case, what I want to do is calculate the average of deaths for each county in our raw data. So I'm just going to flip over to show you that real quick. So this column contains the number of deaths in each county. And what I want to do is, I'm going to use a function called mean, and it's going to add all these up and then divide by the number of rows. And that's going to give us the average value in each county. So if I write mean of deaths, and I run this, now I have this data frame up here that has the U.S. county average COVID deaths in it. If I want to, print it out but just below the code block, return it so that we can see it really easily as we're writing, I'll just write the name of the code block, U.S. county average COVID deaths. And note, by the way, that as I write, RStudio has this really nice handy fill-in here, allowing me to auto-populate. It auto-populates with the names of the data frames we have and other objects. I hit return. Go ahead and run that whole thing. So now I get the average number of deaths across all of the counties in the U.S. And I can just go ahead and put the answer here. So it's 58.29. Okay, go ahead and keep moving.